Hello there. Welcome back to the lands of Aecathan. No professionals, no fancy tech, just a group of women playing an all-original game of Dungeons & Dragons. I'm Jeff, your game master, and here's what happened last time. Resting the night before the citywide removal of the Thuilnu's influence over Ballinamard, the four gathered in Athgar's magnificent mansion. Realizing they needed to consult with Vines, they requested that Oberus bring him to them from the tower. Upon arrival, Zorith consulted with Oberus about the moral issue with the orcs, as well as her internal conflict about Oloric kissing her. The four, Athgarr and Bo, got Vines' insight on what to do about the orcs once they're out from under the Thuilnu's influence. He suggested perhaps that the Citadel might take them in. He also offered to assist in the post-cure recovery the next day by shifting into the form of a puppy to provide comfort. After dinner, the group discussed several things: Safrina's impending return, Athgarr and Gwen's newly minted relationship, the history of Lord Tremaine and Arelakis' relationship, the future of leadership in Thunder's Edge, and revealed their hopes for the future as adventurers or as something else. The group departed for bed, hoping for a good night's rest before the big day on the morrow, and Gwen and Athgarr shared their first kiss. And that's where we pick up, as everyone is heading to bed. Zorith had something else that she wanted to do.
While everybody's heading to bed, I am going to, good 10, 15 minutes, I'm going to sneak down. Yeah.
Okay. I need you to roll stealth.
I know I shouldn't have said sneak down, but I'm pretty sure I need to.
Okay. Did you go up to your room, or you just waited downstairs?
No, she went up to her room, I thought.
Oh, okay. I was going to go to your room to talk to you, but if you went up to your room, then that won't work.
I don't remember. Shoot.
I think she was back in her room, starfished.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to come up before I head over, because everybody's heading to their rooms, do what you may.
Okay.
Yeah. Do what you may.
Aribell will knock on Zori's door.
Come in.
So she walks in.
Hi. I sit up.
Sit down on the edge of the bed. Are you okay?
I mean, yeah. It's a lot. It was a lot. It was very unexpected. I mean, I assume you're talking about the kiss.
Yes. Just wanted to make sure you're okay. I know that's not something you were probably ready for.
No, I'm actually going to go talk to Father Dilbus because I need some guidance. And I figure a neutral view, without really knowing a whole lot about the situation and just general information, he would be able to give decent advice on just how in general to approach a situation like this. So, I don't know if that's good or not, but
it doesn't have to be good or bad. It can just be what you need.
Yeah.
You should give her a hug.
Thanks.
It's okay to not know, Zori.
I definitely don't.
It's okay. I'll let you go talk to him. I just wanted to make sure you're okay.
Okay. Now that she knows that I'm going, I don't need to sneak out. I am going to walk down and walk over into the other mansion and see if Father Dilbus is still up And if not, see if anybody is up.
All right, where do you look?
In the commons area?
Okay. Yeah, Father Dilbus is sitting on the floor in front of the fireplace.
By himself?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
He's just kind of sitting there looking into the fire.
Dilbus, may I sit down and speak with you a moment?
Oh, of course. I was just staring into the light, hoping for a little last-minute inspiration.
Inspiration for what's to come?
For tomorrow, yes.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
To say the least.
No, I came looking for advice on a different thing, which kind of has nothing to do with anything.
Oh, well, it will be a welcome distraction.
It probably will. So, does he know Oloric? I think he's been to... Oh yeah, he's been to... Because that was the only place that we really had to meet for a while. There was
the Shouting Pirate. Not the Ivory's Wrath.
We took him to the Ivory's Wrath because we were close to there for the forest.
Oh, right. Okay.
So he's been there before.
Yep.
So, starting all over. I don't know how to do this. And I say, I don't know how to do this, but I'm just going to start. So, Oloric, the proprietor of the Ivory's Wrath, whom you might know as the Tiefling.
Ah, yes.
Just to give you a memory of...
The blue gentleman.
The blue gentleman. Yes. We're good friends. And we're really good friends. And I know there's attraction there. He is attracted to me, and I feel attraction to him. And we've kissed on the cheeks, and then he kissed me on the lips. And I am in a quandary. Let me explain more. I'm not ready to take any action to move forward in a relationship, and I'm not really understanding how it works with distance and the uncertainty of life and adventures. And I guess he attempted to move it forward, even though I'm not ready to explore it. I definitely don't want entanglements right now, but it was super unexpected. And I wondered if I'm giving off the wrong idea. I thought I was being friendly like myself, but what if I've let him on? And I know I need to figure out future plans a bit. Like, what do I want? Do I want kids? I don't think so. It would be nice to have like a home base, but I like being with family. And then when they leave me, maybe I'll be lonely, but I don't want to plan for that yet. And I don't know if I want that. And I don't know what to do. That was a lot.
Well, there's definitely several things to unpack there.
I know, and I start crying.
Oh, my dear. From what you say, the gentleman cares for you. And
yes.
I'm going to have to trespass into areas that might be private. So if you're not comfortable talking about these things, let me know and I'll try to find my way around them.
Okay.
But do you have much experience with such types of relationships?
No, that was my first kiss.
Ah, well, that makes the confusion a little bit more understandable.
I don't want to say it was unwelcome.
Well, let me ask you this. What did that kiss mean to you?
Oh, no. I was too shocked that it means unexpected heightened awareness.
How so? You know the gentleman cares for you. A kiss is an expression of caring. Was it a long, passionate kiss, or was it more of a chaste kiss?
It was a chaste kiss, a peck, a very quick kiss. I just wasn't expecting it, and I don't know how to do with it because it was my first kiss.
Well, looking back on it now, that the shock is no longer immediate, how did it make you feel?
I don't know. I'll have to think about that.
Let me ask you this. Is it something that you would object to having repeated?
Yeah. High or low? High or low, Joe?
High.
Yes, perhaps.
What do you think it meant to Oloric?
I think, I think that we came back and we told them that we were in a really scary predicament and we could potentially be doing more scary things. And he maybe was like, Casey, bye, Smoochie? I don't know. I don't know why he did it.
He is aware, I'm gathering from what you're saying, he is aware of what you do and the dangers that you and the others put yourselves in on behalf of the land.
I have expressed to him, yes, and I have also kind of expressed that I don't know what's going to happen, and he said that he would be available. Well, he did say that, didn't he? That he'd be available for me when I needed him. Like, available.
Obviously, I don't know him, having only met him briefly. But he struck me as a rather serious but pleasant individual. I don't know how to guide you through this decision. All I can offer is perhaps some things to think about.
Okay.
Consider the possibility that this is someone who cares a great deal for you and recognizes that every time he sees you might conceivably be the last time he sees you. And perhaps he simply made the choice that, should that be the last time he saw you, he at least wanted you to know, wanted you to have a demonstration of his affection beyond words.
Okay. That makes sense. 'Cause like when you leave your folks or your family or something and you leave and you walk out the door, it's like hugs and kisses. Bye, don't want to see it. Okay.
Right. But you've done the kiss on the cheek before. I would also suggest that this indicates a more intimate kind of affection. Not that he's, I don't believe, expecting you to suggest some sort of physical dalliance the next time you meet, but I believe he wanted you to know. I have admittedly very little experience with this myself. But in my time before I joined the clergy, I know that for me, the choice to kiss someone was an indication of sincere, heartfelt affection. And usually beyond the strictest sense of friendship. Sort of friendship and then a little more. It seems to me that that would be, if forced to tell you what I think it was, that's what I would tell you.
Okay.
That it was a sincere demonstration of affection, perhaps edging eventually toward love, because that is usually how it starts.
Okay.
If the heart is involved, if it's simply physical, it's usually quite a different kiss.
Yes. Yeah.
I believe he's trying to show you that he cares for you in addition to telling you that he cares for you. There is the old adage that actions speak louder than words. And perhaps he decided he wanted to speak a little louder.
Thank you. I know that my group would like to see me with Oloric, and potentially I would like to see me with Oloric, yes? But it was just so shocking that I didn't know how to take it.
Well,
but I appreciate your words.
Having just spoken with another member of your group on a similar topic, I would offer you the same advice I offered that person, which is what the other members of the group want or do not want is not relevant. This is between you and him. And I would say, since it doesn't sound like it was an unpleasant experience for you, albeit shocking, follow your heart, but don't be afraid to be just a little bit bold, because it is true, none of us know what tomorrow will bring. And we have but the one life.
Right.
And I will tell you from experience that love does make that life better.
I wipe my tears off my face and I lean in and I give him a hug and I say, I hope you find the answers you're looking for. The fire is definitely one of the best places to look for them.
Thank you. I am looking for assurances that I am old enough to know I should not bother looking for. Because one never gets them. One simply does the best one can, and we trust in Our Lady, and we trust that all in all, the world is more good than bad.
Right. Well, here's to hoping we make the right decisions, because a lot of lives, 50 or so, could potentially... Oh, okay. Let's go to bed and think about that later, shall we? Thank you so much for your help.
You are most welcome. I'm here anytime you need to talk.
Thank you. I give him another hug and then I go out.
Okay.
Can we refresh my memory? Just please, super quick.
Mm-hmm.
What did we decide about the orcs?
There was some discussion
About putting them in...
Well, Khostus mentioned that he thought maybe the druids would take them in. When you talked to Vines was like, oh, I don't think so. But Vines suggested that perhaps the Citadel of Krakazaki would find a place for them, since that's the counterpart to the Fairy Sanctum for the neutral gods.
Okay, and it says keep orcs in mansion, do not unenthrall them yet. Okay.
That was a possible plan. That was the plan before you went to talk to Mar. But to my knowledge, you
Does all talk about what they want to do later.
To my knowledge, that you haven't completely solidified on a plan. Though they were all...
Because the council needed to meet.
They were all going to be in one place.
The council or the orcs?
The orcs.
But did the council needed to meet, though, right? Because we told the main guy about our experience with the orc and then said, what do you guys think, correct? Does anybody else remember that? Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, Pam's nodding.
Sounds right.
Annette's nodding.
Council needed to meet, further instructions. Further orc instructions. Okay, thanks. I go back in the bed.
Okay. Well, Zorith, you're probably the first one up because you only need 4 hours.
Correct.
But the next morning dawns. It is the day.
I will head downstairs.
All right. Zorith, when you awaken, do you stay in your room or do you head elsewhere?
I'll go down for breakfast.
Okay. Well, Gwen, you find Zorith sitting in the kitchen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you feeling better?
Yes. I talked to Father Dilbus last night, got some information, and have much to think about upon the future, but am less abruptly shocked. More needing to contemplate once the shock has worn off, what did I feel? So,
sometimes it can be difficult to know.
Oh, it's definitely difficult. He actually asked me, what did I feel? And I could not answer that.
But there's no rush in answering it, right?
I kind of feel like there is. Because we're going to see Oloric again. I mean, eventually soon. But I'll think about it. I'll think about it a lot. I'll think about it probably constantly. Just because I don't know. That's anyhow.
Well, as a person who also is not a fan of entanglements, I get it.
Yeah. Thanks. And I hug her.
And I hug her back.
Yes. And then I just eat whatever is there.
I poke around, and if our usual items are not out yet, I will ask the invisible servants for them.
They're out. Standing orders in this mansion for that particular food in the morning.
I think I will have a pot of chocolate and a breakfast pastry.
Voices sound from out in the hall, and Vines and Bo walk in, chatting back and forth.
Good morning, you two.
Well, we'll see about that.
Well, you're, vertical, so can't be all that bad.
Well, it's not that difficult for me. I don't have that far to go. We've just been talking about how Bo might also join me in providing animal comforts. Because, as it turns out, he can shift shape as well. Aye, but I don't think I've ever tried a puppy. Well, you could always try a kitten. Oh, that might be a little bit more at my speed. Because then if I don't like someone, I can claw 'em. I would caution against that. We are trying to reassure people. They both help themselves to some food and sit down. And Bo's drinking coffee.
Chocolate's better. When I finished my breakfast, if Athgarr hasn't come down, I'll go hunt for him.
Okay. All right. No, by the time you're done, he's not down.
So I'll wander through the place until I find him.
Okay. You don't spot him anywhere in the normal areas.
Well, I'll knock on his door.
Yes?
Morning!
Good morning. Come in.
I do.
He's sitting on his bed, finishing lacing up his boots.
Most of the folks are downstairs eating breakfast. Just wanted to be sure that you were still here.
I promised that I would not leave without at least leaving a note. And I would have left it in somewhere that you would have seen it almost immediately.
I appreciate that. Okay. Just wanted to see if you're awake.
Yes. Well, if you're headed back down there, I'll walk with you.
Feel free. I'll head back downstairs.
So today's the big day.
Indeed. I have no idea how this is going to go.
I think I would rather fight the Thuilnu than deal with removing their influence.
I absolutely would rather fight them. This is going to be so much peopling.
It's going to be chaos.
And it's going to be a lot of emotion from people
Yes.
who need comforting.
If you think about just the different reactions we saw from the council.
Mm-hmm. This is Aribell's area.
And we're talking 500 times that number of people.
There's only so many times I can say they're there before it starts to wear thin. I mean, I'll do my best, but at some point I'm just going to have to try to not stab people.
Well, let me... I hesitate to say this, but yes, let me point out that there are going to be times when, with certain people, an abrupt reaction would probably be better than a soft reaction. For example...
So you're saying some people need to be slapped into understanding what's happening?
Verbally, perhaps.
That got so interesting for just a moment there.
I'm considering the soldiers, the town guard. They are of a more military mindset, so they might respond better to orders than consolation.
Good point.
But I think about, and we probably walked into the kitchen at this point, I think about the clans back home and how each one has its own overarching personality. I would imagine the same is true here. I would imagine bear and wolf clans are probably going to be much more violent in their reaction than, say, otter clan.
I think that is a wise supposition. I will try to talk with those folks first.
I think that we should also make certain that Father Dilbus and the folks from the Sanctum are aware of what we have observed as the personality of the various clans, because they're going to be placed with different clan groups. And I see it as the right thing to do, to warn them of what at least we perceive as possible reactions, because you and I are the ones who have the most experience with clan life.
Yes. I have a feeling that that those that are used to hard work are going to react differently than those who perhaps enjoy the softer side of clan life.
Right. Like, I imagine Goat Clan will be very loud.
Maybe they'll just faint.
Otter Clan will likely run. And Baron Wolf will likely erupt.
So that's where I would like to be. We should probably think of a way to keep Otter Clan from running away. It'll be annoying if we just have to chase them down later.
Perhaps we'll need to seal them into wherever they are. Of course, if there are any amongst them who have magic, that may not be enough.
Huh. Yikes.
Yeah, we're back in the kitchen, by the way, so anybody else there is hearing this.
What are we doing with the orcs?
Wrong microphone.
Really?
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry. What are we doing with the orcs?
Oh.
We were waiting for the council.
Yes, we didn't ever make a decision.
Yeah, so we kind of have to do that before we move forward.
We should also go over and talk to the... Oh. Because we heard your conversation. Right, we heard them talking about their reactions.
Mhm.
We should go over reactions with the Sanctum people. I think
Oh.
that's a good idea, yes.
Yes. It seems only fair to let them know what to expect. Okay. Meanwhile, Aribell.
Yes. Hoping the door was unlocked when I got there.
It wasn't, but did you knock?
Yes. What's her name?
No, actually. I'm trying to find the names here.
Oh, okay. I can't remember her name.
Sir Marlene opens the door.
Oh, that's right. We brought the guards there, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Sorry to disturb you early.
No, that's fine. We've just been keeping the door closed. Just for now, until you all do whatever it is you're going to do.
I just needed a few minutes. I thought it would be better to do my prayers here this morning, given the day ahead.
Certainly. Come in. I haven't seen the priestess yet. I believe she's still sleeping. But you're welcome. I'll resume my post and I'll leave you to it.
Thank you. And she goes up and sits down at the altar and starts doing her prayers.
Okay. All right. Back to the mansion. I think everybody's awake and probably down in the kitchen now except Aribell.
What more should we do to prepare?
Well, I think it might be a good idea to figure out what we're going to do with the fucking orcs.
Well, yes.
I just want to say that letting the dragons eat them was a perfectly good choice.
It certainly is expedient.
It's feeding our friends. It's feeding our enemies to our friends. I still don't see the problem. Well, but you were with them when they spoke to this Ma. Do you think he deserves to be dragon food? Well, no, if I believed him, but I don't.
Can't you sense motives?
It's an orc. Their motive is rape, kill, plunder, repeat. You don't expect a leopard not to pounce on a rabbit. You don't expect an orc not to rape, plunder, murder, repeat.
Well, she took off the one enchantment, and it was definitely because of their conditioning. They were this rape, kill, plunder, murder, repeat. But then when she took off the second level, it was just a regular, I want to work and do working things.
Wasn't he no longer evil at that point?
Mm-hmm. He was.
Well, this does raise an interesting question, though.
Which is?
The rite that Aribell intends to perform today will remove the Thuilnu's conditioning. But my understanding is she can only do that once in many days. So all of the orcs here will not have that secondary conditioning removed. Only the primary.
Certainly there must be some handy island where we could just plunk them down and leave them for a bit until Aribell can do this spell again.
Well, if you want to give him back to the Thuilnu, we could send him back to Thoxon.
Nope.
Yeah. We don't want to arm our enemies further.
Well, then I'm not seeing another place that I know of.
He's fresh out of islands.
Right. I mean, we're not going to leave him on the Sanctum. That's the only other big island I know.
Well, that was because we forgot that she can only do it once a week. Well, I forgot. She probably remembered, but
No, I forgot too.
There are no uninhabited islands
No.
anywhere?
Not that I'm
no.
aware of.
And how do we get them, all 50 of them, there?
Yes. I suppose we could ask Viessa about an island. She might know.
So,
but...
wait. Question. They will still be conditioned without the Thuilnu's. They will still... Okay. If we believe that Aribell's spell will take off the conditioning of the Thuilnu for the entire town and not the orcs will still be under...
No, we think that it will take the
Well,
first layer
if-
off the orcs.
If we leave them in a mansion, what Aribell does today will not affect them at all.
Okay.
Correct.
So
Correct. However, they will still be under the idea that they are guarding and Thuilnu, like they're still going to be brainwashed that they're good guys.
Yes, but the rest of the town will know the truth.
I understand that, but if we can have the master of the guard or one of the clan members say, we have this special situation that we need all the orcs for.
I think asking traumatized people to overlook the orcs living amongst them while they are traumatized might be a stretch.
No, I think what she's saying
Was the
is
council member.
if a council member could say, hey, we really need you to stay in this mansion for this week.
Well, no, not in this mansion, but like we have a boat or something to. So what do we want to do then? We can't. We just want to kill him? Like, I don't know.
No.
Well, what exactly is the secondary modification that's been done to them?
Conditioning since birth their duty to pillage, murder.
To do whatever the dragons tell them to do. The evil
Yes.
dragons.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It was that the secondary conditioning that the dragons are able to sense their thoughts at all times.
Yeah.
Right,
And so they must do what they are told.
right.
Yeah. That's... I wish there was some way to take that one off first.
Question. Do they know there are good dragons?
I don't know.
And if a dragon came down and we convinced her not to eat them and said, listen, something, 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 would they be able to take that as fact? We're doing a lot of suppositions here. I don't know.
How did we get ourselves into this moral quandary?
Because we're good people,
Oh.
Aribell says as she walks in.
Good morning.
Oh. My head hurts. I haven't even had coffee. I'm going to get coffee. I'll be back.
I assume we're talking about the orcs.
We are.
That seems to be the dominant conversation this morning.
So, I think that we can't deal with the orcs till we deal with the town.
Right, but we have to do something with the orcs while we're dealing with the town.
And they should stay in the mansion.
Okay.
And then
The mansion runs out in 24 hours.
And then we put them back in the mansion.
For 7 days?
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I don't want to undo all of the orcs at the same time. I think that we need to do the orcs one at a time because not all of them are going to be like Mar. Some of them may not be salvageable.
Oh, that's a really good point.
Oh, and
so
some of the people who you are with would be able to do one by one.
Yeah, I can do that.
Because, yeah, so it might take us a few days, but I feel like we need to not have 50 unpredictable orcs at once.
Yeah.
We don't know if it's 50. I don't remember the real number. I keep rounding up to 50 because I don't remember what Jeff said.
It's about 24. So at this point,
30.
Well, no, at this point, figure about 24.
4
So,
yeah.
50.
About.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and minus 1. Because that would be including Mar, and he's already... And that's something that you're going to have to figure out, too.
We'll have to bring him here so that he's safe because they might attack him.
Correct.
Okay, so we've got 2 mansions, right? Because I can do the mansion and Athgarr can do the mansion.
Correct.
So we put most of the orcs in my mansion and
Bring
leave
them over one at a time.
and Mar will be in Athgar's mansion, and yeah. Just do it like that.
So, what happens if the orc does not want to be? Do we take care of business in the training room and then just hide a body? Like, what are we gonna do?
Hide a body? Are you kidding me? We just need to corral the ones that don't want to play ball, and then we feed them to the fucking dragons.
Yes. Yes.
They're the much easier ones to deal with.
And the ones that want, like Mar, a new life, we talk to the Citadel about.
Yeah. We're gonna
because
have.
we don't know.
gonna
That could be half. It could be most. It could be few. We don't know.
We're gonna have to find like a place for them.
But we can't do all of them at once.
No.
Do you think possibly that this Ma might be willing to help you with the other orcs?
He might be able to help us have the conversations once we remove the...
Yeah. We can ask him.
But given the enormity of what's ahead, I don't think we can handle the orcs today.
No.
No, we have to find a way to get them all into a mansion.
I think the speaker volunteered to summon them.
Yes. And then if we can get Mar over here, maybe they can keep them occupied. Have them not download. Sorry, not my words. Have them report back the things that they've been seeing, or that's how we do it when it's one-on-one. I need you to tell me all the things that you've been seeing. But to keep them busy military-wise. Or training drills, I guess.
So maybe you could set the mansions as more training rooms and let them know that the speaker can let them know he thinks another attack is imminent and they need to spend the day training and doing drills to be ready.
That seems like a decent plan.
Perhaps we can find some. Well, we'll just have to have them do training. I think that's the only thing to keep them occupied. And a very good lunch to prepare for the day ahead, or the days ahead. Can distract them with food.
And that's a way to distract me always.
Who's gonna be with them? Because somebody's gonna have to babysit the orcs.
Who's got the biggest spell to affect the most people?
Well, what about the two guards we just brought back from Thunder's Edge? They at least have military training.
Oh, they are also not fans of orcs, though.
No.
Right?
They'll also do what
Isn't
Tiraura
that what I
asks them
remember?
to do.
And you are...
They don't know that, but Father Dilbus might be a good
Well,
persuader for them. I know it's not their arm of the church, but they still know him and would have gone through his classes.
They did say that they were not happy about the orcs, correct? If I remember correctly. Jeff?
Did we tell them about the orcs?
I'm gonna have to look at my freaking notes.
This I do not recall.
Okay, so keep orcs in mansion.
So we took them over to the temple. I think, well, we must have, because we must have told them there'd be orcs in town. And not to freak out.
Right. Okay, that is...
They can hold it together for a day. And if they can't, then they're not very good paladins.
Contact Sabrina, reporting duty guards.
Or soldiers. I think Tasha can give them a direct order.
True. I can do that.
Okay. Got it.
Well,
but they also need to be not stabby.
Not stabby?
Right away, reactionary stabby.
Okay.
Like, you know, if somebody gets a little frustrated because they're in this mansion stuck doing conference things. Nobody likes a conference. Nobody likes a training conference, especially.
Well,
training is not sitting for
no, like
watching a PowerPoint. It's stabby training dummy, which they may enjoy. Like sparring with the orcs. But no stabby.
No stabby. The two guards need to be not as stabby.
calm.
Right.
What does that mean?
What does what mean? What does calm mean? It means they need to be professional.
I know what it means. Just not feeling it.
Well,
yeah.
Perhaps Tasha could give them orders and tell them that the orders are seconded by the new Hand of Tiraura.
But don't.
That's a secret, right?
Well, we don't say who it is. Simply that this is also endorsed by the new Hand of Tiraura.
I mean, it's not wrong.
That's true.
So we need to give them instructions, have the orcs sent here, and then we need to go prep our young allies for the day.
Yes, we do.
We have a shot first of something very strong.
Well, I will stay here and work on coming up with a modification of the mansion that will fit the bill for the orcs. I have an idea, I just need some time to flesh it out.
Okay, so should I go... Should we deal with the orcs first? Like, get all of the orcs into the mansion?
Well, Athgarr needs some time first.
I need an hour.
Okay.
And we need to talk to the acolytes and let them know legitimately what could happen.
Yes. Gwen and I were talking that the clan personalities may give us an indication as to the reaction of the various clan members. But Father Dilbus and his troops should be forewarned. Gwen, I think that falls to you. If I'm going to be working on the new mansion.
So, I talked to Father Dilbus?
Yes.
I think to the acolytes.
Yes, you'll need to explain clan personalities.
Okay.
I can set you up for that. You are an expert.
Sort of.
On barbarian clans.
On a barbarian clan.
Multiple.
You've seen how
Lion
the others.
clan.
You've seen how the others in Thunder's Edge respond.
Indeed.
You can't tell me that after all this time you haven't seen some similarities in the behaviors of members of various clans.
I have.
Take that knowledge, apply it to bear, wolf, otter, and goat.
And all within
I will
your...
go speak with him.
The younglings.
All of them.
And
All
his
of them.
younglings.
Yes, we'll go over and prep them for the day. And...
We'll help you. We'll be there for you. And we're not just sending you over there to... We're not just sending you over there.
I will be in my study. And... Bo? What? Would you be willing to help me? Might go faster with two. I'm not quite sure how much help I can be, as I'm not quite knowledgeable in casting that particular spell, but if I can be of help, sure. Alright. We'll be in my study, so if you need us, come find us.
I wasn't kidding about that drink.
I'm certain there's something sitting around here.
And I'll probably use it for what's to come.
I guess I'll go find Father Dilbus. Who's coming with me?
No, we're all going to go over there to talk to the acolytes.
Right.
Suggesting
I didn't know if...
drink first.
Well, not Athgarr and Bo, but the rest of us?
I might be able to help a bit with knowledge of the animals. I don't know how much that would apply to a personality for a clan, but I certainly do understand the creatures the clans are named after. Vines gets up, walks over to one of the floating servants, and says something, and the servant just bows and disappears through the wall. And comes back through the hallway into the room holding a tray with a dusty green bottle.
Ooh.
Sits it down on the table. I think I could get used to this. This is, well, what I asked for was, Romani brandy. I figure monks make it, it might serve the purpose. It's supposed to be quite strong, but also quite tasty.
That should do. Pour one for everybody.
Not for me. If I'm going to have to deal with this many people today, I'm going to need all of my wits about me. Such as they are.
You can at least hold one then for luck.
I will.
I'll pour 2 half glasses, and we can toast, and then you can pour yours in the middle.
Sounds great.
Waste not, want lot.
If this is actually Romani brandy, absolutely.
Oh, that's great.
So he pours all of the glasses. Full shots for everybody, but he and Gwen, and half shots for those 2.
We can do this, right?
Sure. Just because it's never been done before doesn't mean that we won't be the first.
Right.
We have done a lot of things that nobody else has done before. So why
true.
not this?
So,
All right.
what do we toast to?
Peace?
Before?
Not killing people if we don't have to?
We'll do this the same way we've done everything else.
One step at a time,
Together.
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 Ring.
Clink, and then holds his shot glass out to Gwen. Oh,
That is smooth.
That's it. Wow. I haven't
Is that what we're
tasted
calling it?
I haven't tasted that since my graduation. Oof.
Mm.
All right.
Let's
Let
go
us do the
not
day.
scare some children.
Mhm.
I mean, they're not children, but they feel like children.
I'm not dealing with the children. They're all yours.
They're not
She meant to
actually
act like-
children. Right.
Well, they're probably some children.
Well, they're the upper years, so they're close to being done.
Oh, I thought you meant the people.
No, I meant the
That comes
Sanctum
later.
people.
That comes later.
Hmm.
One thing at a time.
Gwen gets the wolf people, not the
That
otter
sounds
people.
lovely.
I think I should probably get the otter people. Sadly.
Because you're fast, you can chase them down.
Yes. Or I can at least, do like this and keep them
Calm
from
everybody
running
down.
too far. No,
Woohoo.
I'm just gonna
Corral them.
Play your music.
Oh, music will be very good. Yes,
yeah. I will
We
play
sh-
music. That will calm them.
have somebody from Dressfiend with each group.
Oh, do we have somebody from Dressfiend for each group?
Yes.
Okay, good.
There's quite a few from each temple.
Oh, good.
There
That
are
should
help.
6 from each temple.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, we'll want to probably have everybody will bring unique skills. So divide them up. There's 4 clans.
Bear, wolf, otter, and goat.
Shall we go?
So we go next door. So to speak.
Okay.
Presume they're all having breakfast.
There are people milling about all over the place.
Okay,
Tasha,
Yes.
we have maybe a little music to get everybody's attention and maybe a little inspiration from Dressine. Before I talk to them.
I play a song about the sunrise and new beginnings, and how we all work together to make things better.
Okay. If you would, roll performance.
No, wrong thing. Hold, please. Oh, how do you get here? Performance. 25. 25.
Okay. As the music filters through the discussion, people start to turn and pay attention and slowly start to wander toward the music. Father Dilbus is moving amongst those who are not moving yet and sort of gently herding them in that direction. A smile and a word and then a slight push.
Go on, kids.
Yep. By the time your song is finished, there are 24 people from the Sanctum, along with Father Dilbus, standing, listening to you play. When you finish, they applaud.
Do we need to grab the guards, or are they just going to be sitting in the other room? In the other mansion?
The guards are at the
temple at the moment.
Temple at the moment.
Oh, you out, not here, outside. Okay. 24 people we brought, plus Father Dilbus. And then the 2 guards.
Well, today we attend to the work that our gods and goddesses have taught us to do. I know that you will all perform to the best of your abilities. Remember that these are people who have been abused, and they are going to be made aware of that abuse, and each will respond according to their nature. And we must be prepared to offer comfort and reassurance in a variety of ways as needed. I turn you over to the architects of the saving of Ballinamard. You know them well.
Thank you, Father Dilbus. I know for many of you, this is the first time that you've been out in the field, so to speak, to apply what you've been learning. And I know from firsthand experience, and so do all of we, that you might feel a mixture of excitement, anxiousness, fear. But Balmus and Khostus and Dressfiend and Tiraura are with us. And they are with you. Lady Gwenlauren grew up in a community similar to Ballinamard and wanted to share some insights with you about how each of the clans here might react as we move through the day. So I'll turn it over to her to give you insight and guidance that will hopefully put some of your anxiousness to rest.
So I tell them a little bit about my background and then start to talk about the 4 clan groups and describe them in terms of their clan names, and that the Bear clan is most likely, and there will be exceptions to the rule, but as a general overview, they're more likely to respond with rage first and more likely with brute strength, just trying to overpower what they perceive as the enemy in this situation. So we need to be careful that we're not the enemy and make sure that they have a place to direct their aggression so that it doesn't come back on us. The Wolf clan, they're more hunters. They're a little more strategic than Bear. And they're more likely to work together rather than to react individually. So we need to make sure they don't riot, because they will come together and start figuring out how to tackle this problem. And so we just need to make sure that we identify their leaders, as they'll listen to their leaders, and that the plan that they come up with, the strategy that they employ, is consistent with what we're trying to get them to do. We talk about how the Otter clan is more likely to flee than fight, and that they're likely to gather together and be fearful collectively. So if we can assure them that there is nothing to fear, that they're safe, and provide them with the comfort of company, they need to be together. And for the Goat clan, they will have a lot to say, and they will need to be heard. No pun intended. They'll need to have opportunities to voice their concerns. They'll also want to be together, and they are going to, if we can give them an outlet for their voices, they'll be more likely to calm down. Music will probably be effective for all 4 groups, but especially so for the Goat clan. That's my advice.
If I may offer a little additional insight. I am a follower of Quisva, the druid, and as such I have a fairly decent understanding of the animals that these clans are based on. Just to add to what Lady Gwenlarn has said, the bears are mostly protectors, solitary but very family-oriented in terms of they will let nothing bad happen to their cubs. They will take extraordinary actions to protect them. So if you are dealing with families in the bear clan, look for any sort of behavior that indicates that they feel their children are threatened, because that will cause a more extreme reaction. With the wolves, there is the pack mentality that Lady Gwenlarn mentioned, but this will also manifest in a preparation for attack or defense. They will immediately... this is both appropriate and a little odd to say, but their hackles will be up. And they will be looking for anything that registers as a threat. So, for the wolves especially, it is imperative that you do not in any way, shape, or form appear threatening. For the otters always look for an opportunity to combine work with play. They're actually very joyful creatures, but when threatened, they tend to hide. They're very quick and very quiet. And so probably I would advise perhaps putting them in a place where they can't get out of very easily, to try and keep them all together, but also a place where they would have opportunity within that space to secret themselves away and then come out once they feel safe. And for the goats, it sort of depends on what kind of goats. They may be quite loud, or they may faint, or they may attack. They may run into things. So that, I would say, is more the wild card than the other three, but again, it's a protection response. It's a herd response. So any that faint or any that cry out, the ones that wish to attack will do so against anything that threatens the ones in the herd that are unable to attack. So if you are moving to offer succor, be very careful that you're not perceived as attacking. This is gonna take your creativity. So be aware and follow your instincts, but keep these traits in mind and keep the behaviors that Lady Gwenlarn has mentioned in mind as well. And you should be all right. And understand that just like dealing with any sort of wild animal, there is no certainty as to how they will react. You are going to have to think on your feet.
Right. So I believe the plan is that each of the clans will be summoned to their clan hall by their leadership, who will explain a little bit about what is going on or has happened. And while that's occurring, we will begin the spells to undo what has been done. And I'm saying spells deliberately so that they don't question how we're doing this with.
Question to Jeff.
Yes, ma'am.
About their clan houses. We can't fit everybody in a clan house. We're gonna have to fit them down streets, right?
No, they'll fit everybody in the clan houses. They're built to be clan halls, to actually, so all of the clan members can.
Like a Star Wars, everybody's in a round and a.
Yeah, for some of them, or big auditoriums, or just huge warehouses.
Okay.
And I was thinking, we have. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. Does the town have a big old bell? Or some kind of...
There are bells on the shoreline that the Otter Clan uses for fishing, but otherwise, no.
No, because I was we're going to have to, time it between the 4 clans while we're talking, all start at the same time, kind of have the same conversation, and then her do her thing.
I was thinking Bo would do his link for us, and then we'll be with each of the clans, and somebody
I forgot about the link. Yeah, sorry.
Can tell us when it's time. So we will divide you up into clan groups. We think a mix of skills and abilities for each clan would be beneficial. And then we'll have you disperse out there, and then we'll get started. Perhaps Father Dilbus can pray for us all before we go.
I already have been, but I will be happy to continue.
Are there any questions?
You see lots of heads kind of looking around, and you realize that they have thousands of questions, but
none that can be articulated or answered?
Pretty much.
I expect that you all have things you would like to know, but no one here is capable of giving you the information you seek. We will simply have to operate on faith, and trust that our respective deities have taught us what we need to know to perform this task.
Aribell holds on to her locket, which is her obvious holy symbol, and says to them, as you can imagine, hearing of our exploits, we've all been where you are. And she clutches it, and this is what I do. And like Father Dilbus said, just keep praying, thinking on who's led you down this path. And they will take you further.
Lots of nods.
We will be ready.
We start grouping them up.
I have lists already drawn.
Okay.
And I have advised them to focus on spells of healing, spells to help calm emotion, and spells that will allow them to halt people in their tracks should need be. I think we'll be ready.
Probably about, let's see, I'm thinking Athgar's got to do his thing. Got to take care of the orcs. Probably 2 hours.
We will be ready.
Good job, Gwen.
Father Dilbus walks over and
Good
brings
job,
them
Divines, too.
all together, and he's giving them some sort of pep talk.
Oh. Giving what?
He's giving the acolytes some kind of talk, probably telling them how he's grouping them and giving them instructions.
All right. What do we do now?
Go back over, check on Athgarr, find the speaker, and round up some orcs.
Round up some orcs.
Probably grab the 2 guard paladin people, soldiers from the temple.
And have a frank conversation with them about their role in this. Ooh.
Maybe Tasha and I will go get them.
Maybe Tasha be playing her relaxing music. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Hey, what's up? Da-da-da-da-da-da. Got a little something to talk to you about.
Don't mind those orcs.
Da-na-na-na-na. Got an assignment for you today.
Na-na-na-na-na.
Gonna be babysitting some orcs. Na-na-na-na.
You're not allowed to kill them.
Da-na-na-na-na. In fact, prefer you not to be too stabby. Da-na-na-na-na.
It'll go great.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fine.
What do you want to do first?
I think Aribell and I should go get the 2 guards.
Marilyn, Marilyn, what is Merlin? Sir Merle.
Yeah.
Meryl?
Merrill.
No, Marlene.
Marlon.
I think.
Oh. Marlon Perkins? What?
This isn't Wild Kingdom.
Marlene Dietrich.
He's not that pretty.
Okay.
Oh.
I was like trying to figure out how I had written it and what it could possibly be.
Sir Marlene and Sir Spikespire.
Spikespire, that's right. They got cool names. No spiky spikes today, though.
What are Gwen and Zorith going to do?
I'll go see if Athgar's done
Okay.
and go from there.
All right.
I'm going to mill about the acolytes. I'm just gonna hang out kind of and see if anybody like comes up to me with just, I mean, like, I'm gonna see if anybody comes up to me because like everybody's kind of Father Dilbus is gonna be doing a lot and they're gonna be milling around and yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's start with Aribell and Tasha.
Okay.
Oh, we go to the temple.
The doors are now open.
Going?
Standing just inside, flanking the doors, are Sir Marlene and Sir Spikespire. Oh. Welcome back.
Were you able to have breakfast?
Yes. Yeah. We've both eaten.
Excellent.
We have an assignment for you.
Oh, I can't wait to hear what this is.
Well, as it turns out, there are about 48 orcs that are in this town.
You see Sir Spikespire's eyes get real big, like, ooh.
Well, it's going to be more interesting than you think. And right now, they think that they are guards for this town.
Well, and they're not just guards.
No, that's true.
They're in all
Members
sorts
of the community.
They are members of the community. And they have been nothing but good citizens this whole time.
And so you want us to beat it out of them?
No.
What do you mean, no?
You heard me. No.
Just wait.
Your job.
Just wait and let her explain.
We are going to put them in one of our magical mansions. We're going to set up the mansion as a training site, and they are going to train as guards for the next day, and you are to lead them in drills.
So we can have them gut each other.
No, they're going to be drilling and using gosh, what are they called? Training dummies.
Like wooden swords, training dummies.
Yes. This is all non permanent damage. They're going to be training as guards because as far as they know, that's what they are. And, you know, even the ones that aren't guards can train in this way for the next day, just in case something happened.
And while you two are both well trained by the Aecathan military.
They are not.
Well, I was just going to say, you don't want to set off something that you two can't fight 50 orcs, so it would not be a good idea to get stabby, as Zorith said.
So, right now, all they know is they're members of this community, and we have assigned them to train with 2 Aecathan guards for the next day or so.
Is Tasha still a lieutenant? She's a second.
She's a
first
captain.
lieutenant? Captain.
Yeah.
So,
And as a captain of the Aecathan army, I can give you these orders and know that as good Aecathan soldiers, you will follow this order to the letter.
I know that you may not understand what's going on here or why we want you to train orcs, but all of this is part of the plan that Tiraura has laid out for us to rescue Ballinamard. This plan was communicated to us, to the fore, by the new hand of Tiraura, and we will see it done.
You see Sir Marlene's eyes, he's just kind of... There's already a new hand.
Of course.
Yes.
Okay.
And they are alongside the four leading this plan. So we will do what we've been asked to do by them, by Tiraura, and by the captain here.
Well, I don't like it, but I'll do it.
Believe me, amongst the four, we had quite a discussion about it. Not all of us are thrilled either. But we trust the lady.
As do we, right?
Yes. It's not natural.
Well, no, but
These are strange and interesting times, my friend. You will see weirder stuff than this before we were done.
We have.
So,
well, look at it this way. We go back and tell everybody that we did this, that we worked for the Four and the new hand. That's a good story.
You might even find your way into a song.
if you're lucky.
There are worse things. Well, okay. When do we do this?
We're headed that way now.
So, should we come with you?
Yes.
I should let her ladyship know.
Definitely.
I'll tell her.
She goes stomping back. Yeah, she's not gonna like this at all.
Which one is this? The attitude one?
Oh, Sir Spikespire, the dwarf.
All right.
Make our way.
I'll keep my eye on her. I'll probably have to send her away to cool off a couple times, but she'll do it.
I
We
have
both
no
will.
doubt.
So Sir Spikespire comes back and just kind of nods. Goes over, grabs the rest of her gear, and Marlene does the same. And they're ready to go.
So off we go to the mansion.
Okay.
I reconfigure mine so that when we get there, I reconfigure mine so that it's set up with the first floor is all one big training area.
Oh, well, Athgar's doing the mansion for the
Oh,
orcs.
Oh, is he? Okay.
That's what
Sorry.
he's doing, is figuring it out. He and Bo are figuring
okay.
it out.
Okay.
And some rooms for individual. Yeah.
So we bring them to the mansion.
Okay.
And I send a message to Athgarr. Are you ready? We've got the guards.
Okay.
Well-
Now let's flip to Gwen,
Okay.
who went back to check on them.
Okay.
So I entered the mansion.
Okay.
I try to go quietly to the space where he'd be working because if he's still working, I don't want to interrupt.
The sound of he and Bo having a rather spirited discussion leaks out of the door as
No.
you near his study. It's not aggressive. It's just they both sound very excited.
Oh.
I tap lightly on the door.
Come in.
I poke my head in and say, "Is it safe?"
I'd say so.
What's going on?
He's got a wicked mind. Well, let's just say a good story helps. I think
What's
you're gonna
your-
like this. We figured out that we're gonna just make one big room. but the big room is gonna look like the beach.
Okay.
Tell her
Why?
why. Tell her why. Well, I started thinking, how do we get the orcs there? Under what pretense? I mean, training, yes, but why them and not anyone else? Are you familiar with Kuatoa?
Gesundheit.
No.
Roll. What would it be? Nature or survival? Whichever one's better for you.
It's Athgarr and Vines, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's Athgarr and Bow.
Oh, Athgarr and Bow, sorry.
Okay, so that's a 28.
Okay, which one?
That is survival.
Survival. Okay. You've heard of these creatures. They are creatures that live in the ocean. Kind of fish people.
What did you call them?
Kuatoa.
Oh, right.
And periodically they get a bee in their bonnet and come wage war on some coastal community. So that's what you know, just sort of basic.
Okay. So I say I know a little.
I'm hoping that the orcs would not know. I mean, they would have no reason to know as far as I can tell. So we are simply going with the story that we have received intelligence that the Kuatoa intend to attack Ballinamard. And they possess strange abilities that will adversely affect the defenders of all the other races, but for whatever reason, the Kuatoa abilities do not affect the orcs, and that is why we've called upon them to protect the city, because they're the only ones who can.
It's sneaky. I like it.
And as opposed to birds, like Tasha uses, or my invisible servants, we will have them appear as ghostly Kuatoa, and they will continually come out of the ocean onto the beach, where the orcs can shoot them full of arrows, or stab them, or maul them to their heart's content, because they will not be able to actually make physical contact. But they
Do you
will
think
be,
they'll become frustrated when they realize they can't?
They will be in the mansion will be instructed that should any physical contact be made with one of the servants, that it vanish and be replaced by one at the back of the room, which will then begin to move forward out of the ocean.
But it's training, right? So they know it's training.
Yes.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Okay, I like it.
But they won't feel anything if they slash one with a sword, but it will disappear. The same thing if it is shot with an arrow, it will disappear.
Maybe add a wager. Some kind of reward for the orc that slays the most in training.
Well, that would be... that would be difficult, as we're only going to have 2 monitors, and they would be the ones who'd have to keep track.
I suppose you can't count on them to use the honor system.
I don't know. Maybe we can, but...
Well, they might start fighting about it, so it's probably for the best. Okay, well, I know that we have done our due diligence with the acolytes. We've told them what we can about the various clans, and I think we're about ready to go.
Well, let's vacate so that I can shut this one down and make the new one.
Sounds good.
After everyone leaves, Athgarr dismisses the old mansion and, concentrating intently, begins to sing the song. This one is a little bit different. It sounds a little bit more sea shanty-ish than his normal tune. But he finishes and the shimmering door appears. And he kind of sticks his head in and looks around, and he's like, pulls it back out. That's disconcerting. But it's ready.
Let's do this.
Hold on, I want to see. Bo walks in. Doesn't come back out.
Oh, because he's busy trying to fight him. Push Athgarr. Oh, it's not. I'm not there.
Are we going to have to go in after him?
Probably.
All right, let's go.
Stepping in, immediately the sound of fire reaches your ears, and you see Bo hopping around on the beach, throwing fire cantrips at the ghostly Kuatoa that are coming out of the waves holding spears and tridents, and he's having a ball.
I look at Athgarr and say, you really have outdone yourself this time.
Thank you. I am going to remember this for when we want to play like this.
This is how you want to play?
I mean the entire group.
Oh, just checking.
Although I would be happy to make something like this for just the two of us, if that was something you wanted.
Maybe a little bit less battle, although I suppose that could be interesting too.
Well, let me know.
Then.
Certainly will. Should we...
Bo. What? Let's go get the orcs. Oh, all right.
We are in a bit of a schedule.
But you're going to remember how to make this, right? Well, of course. Good. I want to book a day.
Yes, he's promised that he'll resurrect this playground whenever we like.
Good man. Good man. All right, let's go. Well, at least two people approve. And they step out. And now, we go to Zorith.
I'm just milling about. Checking in, people walking by. Seeing if anybody's gonna fangirl. Kidding.
Make a perception check.
Yo, okay. Do. Perception. 21.
Nice.
15 plus 6.
It becomes evident that there is a young woman, looks to be half-elven, sitting on one of the couches, and her eyes keep finding you. But when you notice, she looks away. She is dressed in the colors of Khostus.
Oh, Lord.
What do you do?
I'm gonna walk over to her and just be like, "Hi, how are you doing? This is a lot."
It is. Since you're here, can I ask you a question?
Yes, that is what I am for.
I don't know how much help we're gonna be. Me and the rest from my temple. We're not really that great at doing the whole fighting thing. I mean, our big power is making people laugh. And I don't know quite how that's gonna help.
I sit down. Gosh, give me a second to think. So, can I tell you a secret?
Okay.
I don't know how much good any of us are going to do. Because we've all got different talents in general. You've got your devotees of Tiraura, and within your devotees of Tiraura, each one is specialized in something different. They've all got different personalities, they've all got different backgrounds. So they're all going to do their best. And that's all we can ask. If you do a comforting smile, you can do comforting smiles, right? You just take your grin and you just dial it back about 50%, because you are genuinely here to help them.
Yeah.
Then you find one of us and tell us all your silly little jokes. We don't mind. Rely on your other acolytes. Rely on your brothers, sisters in your temple. I mean, you are going to have to find a way to relieve some stress of yourselves. Obviously, do not make it in front of everyone. Do not make it uproariously loud. Within your reason, you know how to be discreet, but you can still let off a little steam. Right?
Yeah.
What were you assigned to? Which group?
Me?
Yes.
I'm with the Otter clan.
Yes. And you remember, they combine work with play. You may even find people who laugh because they don't know what else to do with their feelings. And you might have to laugh with them a little bit and bring them down to a point where they can understand what's going on. And obviously, some of the other people aren't going to understand. And that's when you just, if someone comes up to them and says, why comes up to you and says, why are they laughing? And this is, just say, people deal with big feelings in different ways. They don't necessarily think it's funny. It's just an expression of like just blurting out something. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but how do we get them from that to actually finding the joy again? I mean,
How do we do that for a whole town? Where your guess is as good as ours. We've been traveling. You've heard of all the exploits we've done. This is a new situation for us. We're just doing the best we can, my dear. I think you have more to offer than you're giving yourself credit for. And I have a tendency to do that myself, not knowing what I can give to the party and my friends. And we're just, again, you're just here to support them in best ways you can. You're genuinely here to help. Just fall back on that. I'm genuinely here to help. I can answer questions. I can do what I can. And if it gets to be too much, try to call over another friend, or, and just try to work through. You're going to have to be creative sometimes. Trust me. Khostus will love the more unique, creative ways that you find to use your brain to solve these complex emotions and situations. In fact, the more crafty, the better. Sometime you'll have to ask Lauren about how he taught her to swim.
Who taught her how to swim?
Ask Lauren.
Okay. You don't think she'd mind?
She loves telling that story.
Oh, okay.
It's a pretty good story.
All right. Well, thanks.
No problem. What's your name?
Aliza?
Well, I am Zorith, and I will be doing my best. I don't know where I will be, but I will be somewhere. If I'm with you, you certainly may look to me for help. If not, look to one of the... How many of us are there? Look to your leaders, who we are. If you absolutely cannot
Okay.
answer something. Did I help any, Eliza?
Yes, I think
Excellent.
so.
Pat her on the shoulder and get up to go mill about some more.
Excellent. And this is actually a good place to stop. When we convene next time, I think we'll actually be ready to do the thing.
Whew. We haven't talked
Sounds
to
good.
the leaders yet, but we will.
Yep. So, we'll see what happens next time. Thank you all for watching. We appreciate your attention very much. And we hope that you'll come and join us again next week and let us welcome you back once more to the lands of Aecathan. Good night, everybody.